Hi, I'm Charlie Panayi. I'm the Managing Director of Red Squirrel Property Shop and the Area Manager for deVere London. This video is all about why property investment is amazing. What can it do for you? So I'm going to give you some basic tips on why is it so good. First things first, earning passive income from your property. So the aim is with any property investment is to create a passive income long term. Obviously from day one and then well into your retirement. So there's the first reason there. Diversification of your investments is an essential part of any type of investing, and that's what property can create for you, diversification. So we look in different areas, different types of properties, different market you're leading to. So diversification is key, and I'm not saying you get rid of your stocks and shares, you get rid of your pensions. Let's not keep all your eggs in one basket, diversify. And property gives you that. So using property cycles to your advantage, what do I mean by this? What I mean is looking at buying at the right time. So buying in low, selling high, key elements of building a strong property portfolio. And it's a good reason why to invest. You can make huge capital growths over a period of time if you time your purchasing and investing correctly. There's not an exact science to this, and this is where you need property professionals and experts to help you in understanding how this works. But it's most definitely a great thing about property. So leveraging, another key reason why property is so good. What other investment can you go and say, right, I'd like £150,000 worth of bonds please, but I only want to put £50,000 down. You cannot do that in any other form of investing. Now, something to consider when investing and using leveraging is rather than putting all your £150,000 into one pot, you buy 3 properties rather than one. And I come back to leveraging. It's great, you can use it to scale up your portfolio and increase your returns long term. Capital growth, rental yield. This is what leveraging does. And I repeat, you can't do this in other forms of investing. You cannot simply ask to have all of that for some of it. Increased cash flow, another great element to property investing. What do I mean by this? Even if you've got a mortgage, the common consensus for people is that they have to keep putting money into property. That's not the case. Your mortgage, for example, might well be £280 a month, but your rent is £700. So you're left with a positive cash flow every month. As time goes on, your mortgage will get paid down or paid off, and you have a higher cash flow. And what does that do for you? Well, let's look at times of potential uncertainty or, I don't know, a rainy day fund. You don't have to just rely on your employment income, you also have property income. So another great reason why property is good for you. Property investment is also a renewable source of capital. What do I mean by this? The longest it's ever taken properties in the UK to double in value on equity is 14 years. So if you look at that and you say, right, every 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can bring capital out of your property. Now you might want to do this for several reasons. You might want to buy a new car, you might want to upgrade your kitchen. My advice would be obviously take this out, put it into another property. That's how we build portfolios. We use the capital growth and we put it back into another one. So great renewable source of income and capital there. Free title ownership is a great reason for property ownership as well. Now obviously there's different types of ownership. You have leasehold, you have freehold, but both are great. What does it give you? It gives you the flexibility. Again, if you go into maybe a fixed bond for a certain amount of years, you cannot just simply come in and out of that. But what can you do with property? If you want to sell it, you sell it. If you want to let it, you let it. So you've got complete ownership there. Obviously there's different elements to leasehold and freehold that you have to consider. However, it gives you complete ownership on your investment and how you choose to deal with that. Wealth creation, quite a simple one when it comes to property. Obviously, over the course of years, you've got capital growth, and I've talked about that already, but you've also got rental income. So if we look at some potential returns, I'll give you an example of one of mine. Over a 3-year course, I saw a 115% return on investment. So your wealth creation is phenomenal through properties. You've got 2 streams of income, capital growth, rental yield. Great incomes on both points. So it doesn't matter if you're in an area that maybe isn't doing as well on capital growth, you're still getting a fantastic yield. If it's not getting fantastic yield, you're still getting fantastic growth. So this is what property offers you, diversified income avenues. So inflation hedge, what do I mean by that? Well, you're edging your bets against inflation. Historically, property has always performed in the UK at or above inflation rates. So you're edging your bet, and what you've got is a real tangible asset, something you can see, something you can feel. Sexy investing as such. So you can see it and you can feel it, so you're edging your bet against inflation. Historically, property's always done that. If we look at stocks and shares, you'll see the fluctuations coming and going. With property, you're edging your bets.